I literally had everything like ripped away, and I lost like all this weight in the hospital, like because I had this like infection and I couldn't eat, or just like looking in the mirror I looked like a zombie, like my whole forehead was like ripped off.
Yeah. Hey guys, welcome back to the Two Thumbs Up podcast. Dr. Todd here. I've got Colby Stevenson here with us today. Thank you for coming on the show.
Yeah, happy to be
excited
here.
to have you. Our Taylor and you have so Taylor's always back here, guys. She's always assisting with it. She should probably be in front of the camera instead of me, but you guys have been friends. I've known each other through
since we were younger, through Snow Sports World. We used to go to Colorado together, and she was a snowboarder, I was a skier. We were riding park and pipe, and just like grew up in the same world for sure. And we've both had our slew of injuries, and we know all about concussions, and unfortunately the result it has on your brain.
Did you grow up in Utah area? Where are you from?
Yeah. So I've been in Park City since I was 4 years old.
So you grew up there.
I'm from New Hampshire originally.
Born in New Hampshire.
Born in New Hampshire, and then my parents moved out west because of the better snow.
Yeah. So how old were you when you first put your first pair on?
I was skiing down the driveway at 14 months old. 14
months.
So they right as I could walk, they had me like in ski boots, like shuffling around on the carpet.
Is that sort of is it your dad that instilled that? Is your mom?
They both love it.
Like
I grew up skiing. Their parents, taught them, and they didn't always get to go as much as they wanted, because they were in the East Coast and didn't live by the mountains. So then it was just like a special thing they got to do. So then when they had me, and they met on a ski trip with you. They worked for United Airlines, and they were on a ski trip with the company. And they met, and then I guess they just wanted me to have all the opportunity they didn't have.
Oh, good on that. So you moved to the greatest snow on earth.
Exactly. Yeah, they chose it because it's the closest mountain town to an international airport in the whole country.
Because you could have chosen Breckenridge. You could
that's 2 hours from there.
Literally, down Parley's Canyon, it's skip and a jump to the airport.
And so we moved here in 2001.
So did you go to Park City High School?
I went to the winter sports school.
Oh yeah.
So it's like it goes.
Oh, you were like ingrained.
Yeah,
it's part of your DNA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was hitting the water ramps when I was like 6. And then learned backflip, and that was just like, after that, I was like, this is all I wanted to do.
So people will know you because you've been in the World Championships, you've been in the Xgames, you've been in the Olympics and all those types of things. Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, so in 21, you won silver medal in the World Championships.
Yep.
On freestyle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And then I also won the World Cup overall that year.
I won the Globe, that's right.
In 2021. And then that was through the COVID year, and then we had the Olympics going through COVID.
Yeah, so 22 wild. It was in Japan, correct?
In China. But yeah, it was also the summer ones were in Japan.
That's right.
And they overlapped because there was the summer ones that summer, and then the winter ones the following winter.
What was that like because of COVID? Was it kind of a muted experience? It was probably really unique.
It was a total joke because like we got tested every day. We're like, if we fail, like we're not going. So we kind of just along for the ride, just take it as it comes. And
how did that affect the competition? Would you say?
It probably made it like less intense because it just kind of felt like we were in a TV show or something.
Because you could take the best athlete in the world, and in that event, and they tested positive, and
then they just put you in solitary confinement, and then you're done.
They
did. They took you
literally.
We would see an ambulance like pull through Olympic Village and like take someone, and they just like take you to some hotel where they take everybody that tests positive. And
what was that movie? That feels very
it's
like that feels very off.
I know.
So, but
our wax guy got sent away, and he was like telling us it was the worst thing ever, and they were like sliding meals under the
solitary
door and stuff. It was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
but anyway.
Yeah.
Besides that, still an amazing experience.
I know I don't want to discount. It's not my intention, but it's like it's all of this. What a unique experience, right? And so, but let's kind of back up in time here a little bit. I know you spent your life, becoming very proficient at what you do, and then in 2017. Was that
2016?
2016.
When the crash was.
So you were, I did watch your interview on Ellen. I told you that earlier, and again, this isn't Ellen, but we have fun nonetheless. But you're driving back from Oregon. So I grew up in Oregon.
Okay.
I'm from Oregon. I grew up in Eugene. So when I heard that, I'm like, oh, you're on your way from Mount Hood.
Yeah.
Yeah. So share us with us a little bit about that, if you don't mind.
Yeah. Put a long story short, I was leaving after 2 weeks skiing in Mount Hood, coming back. My buddy broke his leg, blew his knee. So I was driving him home in his truck. Anyway, we, we're pushing that 12-hour drive, like probably shouldn't have. My dad was like, get a hotel, like don't push through. I was like, well, my buddy wanted to get home. So we just like, pushed through, drank some extra caffeine. That's one of the last things I remember was drinking like a triple shot of espresso, one of those Starbucks ones or whatever. And then, just like fell asleep for a couple seconds. And when I woke up and overcorrected, we were an old Ford Ranger, just like
somewhere in Idaho,
top heavy. Yeah. So we did miss the one turn, like after Boise to go to Salt Lake. And my passenger was doing the navigation on his phone and he fell asleep. So I was kind of just in the twilight zone, drove up north in Idaho, like
towards Idaho,
near Pocatello.
I got to tell you, go ahead. So this is super interesting.
So we were between Boise and like Pocatello, like somewhere in no man's land.
There's a town. So what's funny, this isn't fun. I don't want to hear what happened to you, but I did the same thing and rolled my truck. I didn't have what you had. I was actually coming from Eugene, and I totally spaced that turn. I was going up towards American Falls, Idaho.
Okay.
And I rolled my truck. I fell asleep and rolled my truck out there.
No way.
When you're telling me this story, I'm like,
that's crazy, dude.
I kind of did the same thing. But anyway, so your result was different than mine.
Yeah.
I mean, I walked away really.
I mean, I don't know exactly what happened. I know we rolled a number of times because my passenger was conscious the whole time. But I'm thinking on the first initial roll is when the truck kind of like the roof crushed and, then crushed my skull and degloved my scalp and, everything else. And so I was unconscious for like 5 minutes. Luckily my passenger was able to like get up because we were down off the road. He got up to the side of the road and like was able to get someone's attention with his knee brace. He was like trying to flag cars down and they were like going by and stuff.
Was it nighttime?
It was nighttime. Yeah. And, but completely shattered my skull, broken vertebrae in my neck and
so at that
and stuff.
point,
but anyway, I was pretty much dead at that point. And then, somehow,
So what's your recollection? You remember, drinking the espresso.
Yeah.
And what's that time frame like?
Yeah, I mean, between then and when I crashed.
And then
when
you started remembering.
An hour or two. Really, I like feel like I remember some of like when I became conscious again after the crash, but I can't tell if it's just from like my buddy telling me the story or whatever. But like I kind of have it just like a bad dream type memory of it. And sometimes I get like a trauma memory, like just like, like something like that happens. I'm like, ooh, I feel it in my whole body. But like, that's pretty rare when I feel that. And then I just remember waking up in the hospital.
Yeah.
But,
they life flighted you out of there, I suppose.
Yeah, they put me in an ambulance to Pocatello and then life flighted me to the U after that. When they were like, wait, we can't do anything on that. And then I went through like a 6-hour surgery to like put my skull back together like a puzzle. And then, and then I was in a coma for, I don't know, 3 days or something, a medically induced one. And they were like, well, we don't know if he's going to wake up brain dead or whatever.
Right.
But then I remember waking up and just like having all my friends and family around me and just being like, what? And they told me what happened and I was like, oh shit. Or I looked at my mom and stepdad and I was like, sorry for ending your guys' honeymoon or whatever. Like they were in Hawaii and like that was like the first thing I thought of was like, I'm sorry that you guys like had to come back
sure to them
Hawaii.
That was a relief.
That was when they knew it was gonna be all good. It was like,
he's still Colby.
I was still talking, and like still in my head. But
what was the prognosis? Because it sounds like you have that type. And what's interesting about when the skull fractures, it actually is actually a good thing, because if it stayed intact, that pressure on the brain can and I don't know if you've ever talked to your docs, your neurologist about that, but
the facts are crazy. With my situation and my understanding of it all is that it was so fractured that the pressure was able to relieve. So my brain did swell 8 millimeters, and at 9 millimeters is when brain damage starts. So, but it swelled to 8 millimeters and went back. And I don't know, just like some crazy thing. And also like I'm in the 1% of people with that skull fracture and no brain damage.
Right.
So it's just like a super rare occurrence that your brain can actually like recover
from that type of trauma. And you're in the hospital for a couple of weeks, I remember reading.
Yeah.
And what was your some of your symptoms as you came out of the hospital? What were some of the things that you experienced that were like, oh, I didn't expect that, or I didn't, that's in.
Yeah, like right away noticed I had a trouble with decision making. Like just any decision was just really hard for me. Whether it was like what I wanted to eat or what I wanted to do, or, if I wanted to watch a show, or if I wanted, I just couldn't really, I think I was just so like, it was part of the brain injury for sure. But I was also just in a place of like being really depressed and like just not really wanting anything.
And so do you feel like the depression came because like, oh, my life just got turned upside down, I may never ski again, that type of thing? Or was it a combination of that and, you had a neurological event and it affects, everything from your endocrine system to your, all your metabolic system.
I mean, I'm sure it was a combination of the two. I mean, I literally had everything like ripped away, and I lost like all this weight in the hospital, like because I had this like infection, I couldn't eat, and then I remember just like looking in the mirror, I looked like a zombie. Like my whole forehead was like ripped off, and like I looked like a skeleton. So I remember thinking I just screwed my whole life, but then, the head injury stuff, I was so determined that my head was fine that like when I would go to speech therapy and like the lady would do the tests and stuff, and like I was getting really competitive with her. And there was like, it wasn't the main like speech therapist. It was like someone who was in training, and my mom was there too. And like this girl and I had beef because she was like trying to prove that she was better than me, but I was like winning some games, and she was like, no, and like would like, no, we're doing it again, or like, and so she wouldn't give me anything.
Good, right?
It was good, but it was also like her inexperience. Yeah, I mean, maybe
because I mean, the result is that something worked.
Yeah, my brain was definitely working,
and you still had that beautiful competitive edge.
Yeah, for sure. That was something
that
I
fire
would never lose.
To be better, to compete, right?
Yeah. So, like, I think the moral of the story is like, no matter how bad my head injury was, I wasn't going to let that stop me from getting back to what I wanted to do.
So thank goodness for that rookie PT that she was.
Right. I know. Every time we'd go in there, I'd be like, I'm going to beat her.
Good on
this game.
No, I think that's wonderful.
Yeah. But then my mom was like telling the main speech therapist lady, she's like, I don't know about this this lady in training. She seems to be getting like
getting under your skin.
We were definitely butting heads a bit, which was funny,
but so you went through all the speech therapy. What did you feel like once you finished sort of your PT, your speech therapy? Because what we with concussion pros, we find that there's this initial phase of therapy, right? But then you get released from care,
right?
But our experience is, well, you're really not done.
Right.
There's a whole lifetime of...
And then it's all the rewiring.
The neuroplasticity and all those things. So what were some of the things that, even you started doing on your own to get your body back, to get your, because speech therapy is great, but it doesn't get you to the competitive level that you went to. Right?
Yeah, I mean, it all started like going to speech therapy, going to these hospital visits, and seeing a bunch of other people that are doing a lot worse than I was, for me to realize like, okay, like I don't need to be so depressed, and like, I do have a lot of things like going for me still, or like I'm doing great compared to someone else. That's how I started to just be like, okay, it's gonna be all right. And then each little thing that I got back, like, a hot shower was like the highlight of my day, because I would just sit in there and like feel so good. I think about people that are like not able to have that. I was like, this is just, and then it just was like the domino effect after that. Like, playing cards with my grandma, and like she came out and took care of me so my mom could go back to work, and like we would just hang out and like go for a little walk around the block. I mean, that was all I could do at the time. And the way I started rewiring my brain was getting all those activities back, and even just playing like those little games and just like realizing the beauty in just living and like doing these little things. And then it was like once I was cleared to go for a hike and like go watch a sunset and like listen to some music, like that was when I was just like, holy crap, man, like this planet is so sick. And like I'm just so happy to still be here and be able to just experience the sunset and like feel so many positive emotions. And the gratitude thing really just like helped me get back to feeling like a normal person and feeling like myself.
And that's what I love is that when I talk to people that have been through these situations, whether it's something like this or other health things or just even life things, that once they've walked through that valley, that thing, what emerges is this gratitude for life. I mean, you talk about just to feel the warmth of the shower on your skin.
Yeah.
It's almost like these things happen to us as humans, and it all that beautiful stuff about life bubbles up to the surface, you know? And so
it's always been there.
It's always
it's
been
just
there.
A different perspective on it because you realize that you were that close to not ever experiencing a feeling like that again. Yeah.
It's like I see as you're talking about your story and your situation. It's like I kind of see pictures of like you've just created this. To me, what you're sharing is sort of like a painting. It's like an art form. What you do on the slopes is an art form, but what you've done with your accident to your recovery that's as much of an art form as anything else is an art form. And you did it your way with your unique experience. And I've had friends of mine a friend of mine was on the show a while back who had a significant stroke, and what he created from his event, and I'm like, oh, that's like an art form. And it's made me realize that all of these things we're doing, and we love art, we love paintings, we love music, we love dance, we love to see athletes on the skis. That's all art form. But yet what you're describing to me is also this beautiful, he walked through this valley of and emerged.
And I think like anyone that's had an injury can relate in that, like when you have to sit out, like your world stops, but everyone else around you is like still out enjoying their life, like doing what they always do. And for me, like those 5 months, just like time froze, and like it almost seemed like my spot on the planet was not moving. Like it was just like right there, and I was just stuck there. But then that was when I learned the most about myself and was able to kind of just like have a full change in my ego and my vision of who I am, like
can I give you one of these? Because you just described the moment. You had 5 months of the moment. It's like everyone, you hear this phraseology now, it's like live in the moment. Well, you did that. I mean, literally over it. Now, is it possible then for us as just people to always do that?
I don't know, man. I wasn't able to do it beforehand, and I was 18 when the crash happened, so I still had a lot to learn about the world and my place in it. But
well, good on you.
Yeah, I mean,
but 2016 to 2021, what did that look like?
Yeah, I mean, the craziest part about the whole thing is like I took that like mindset and gratitude thing, and I did my first World Cup like 8 months after the car crash, and I ended up winning. It's just because I dropped in like not thinking about winning. I dropped in thinking about all my loved ones, and like I closed my eyes and really thought of like all my loved ones and like my cat, and like just randomly like was like trying to like absorb the energy.
Are you a cat guy?
I was.
I love cats.
I had one cat that was.
I love cats.
He was dope. Like he was like a lion. But he lived like 23 years in past couple.
Everyone avoids cats. I love cats, just so everybody knows. So I'm like, I think.
Hey, I travel so much. He was self-sufficient.
Yeah,
he was out every night hunting, like being wild. Like he was killing.
They're the greatest.
Yeah,
and you can learn a lot from cats. But so 8 months later, you win.
Yeah, Yeah. But it was because I just had this shift of what I was focused on. Before the crash, I was just so focused on winning so I could make enough money to like pay to travel and like trying to get sponsors. It's just like this whole thing that I had all this extra pressure. And then after, I was just like happy to be alive. Like I was in Italy, like in the Dolomites, and I remember just like looking around before my run, like trying to like imagine like the energy like to make those mountains and like just trying to absorb it all. I don't know, just getting all spiritual.
I love it.
I got super spiritual after the crash because of a number of things. But
what did you learn? What have you learned? Like what are some of those deep truths you're like, oh, I didn't see this before, but now I see?
I learned that there's a lot more than the physical world, like the energy and everything. And the spiritual world could even be a thing. I might have been like, I was definitely fighting some demons before the accident, and then like had some like experiences with like sleep paralysis, like shortly after the accident. And then all that stuff totally went away. And
that feeling where you're locked inside. Can't move.
Like when I was like in my room going to bed, and I like felt a presence in my room, and I like opened my eyes, and there was like a dark figure. I mean, I don't know if there was. It was fucking. Sorry, excuse my language. It was dark.
We say the F word around here.
Okay, it was dark in my room, and I was just like I close my eyes and just be like, oh, like hiding. And anyway, my good friend, my best friend Levi's dad's like a Christian, came up and like blessed the house or whatever.
Yeah.
Some like, I don't know, voodoo stuff. I've never been into that, but.
Needed
it in the
moment. But you learned some deep truth. I
was feeling something. Like no, for sure.
Yeah.
And kind of had to go through it to really realize. And then my car crash happened on May 8th, and that's the same day my grandfather committed suicide, like 30 years ago or something. When my mom was like 18. Yeah. So and like we put that together like months later.
What do you feel that was?
I have no idea. It's just a crazy coincidence. Maybe he was there, maybe, who knows?
So
it's just one of those things.
It sounds like there was even beyond your experience. Look at the impact and the growth and the expansion and the learning that everyone, possibly even Grandpa, had because of your experience.
Yeah.
I mean, that's even beyond transcendent.
Yeah,
right? Like,
for sure.
It's like, these are all possibilities.
That's larger than life stuff.
That's larger than life stuff.
Another part of the story I really liked is those 2 weeks I was in the hospital, they asked me what day it was, and I would always say 5/28, like May 28, every day. And, partially because my head injury. But then come to find out, I was getting cold laser therapy from my chiropractor, and the frequency I always needed was 528.
Which is the frequency of love, baby.
Yeah, and so the moral of the story is like that was the frequency I needed when I was healing.
Oh, that gives me goosebumps. Bam.
That's the frequency I needed to bring back into all areas of my life. And then I just started winning everything because I just was doing it out of love.
You're going to make me cry.
I know. It's the craziest realization. I was like, it's totally like fairy tale story, but it is what I went through. And that's like,
well, it's true to you.
Yeah. And so now.
And it's almost like, we live in this world that everybody wants to make things objective. Prove it.
Right.
That's no fun.
Yeah.
This is fun.
And
meaning not what you went through is but
not
the
fun.
Emergence of 528.
Yeah.
Right?
It's crazy.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
It's totally cool. I know. I want to get a tattoo on.
Very cool. Yeah. I'll get one with you.
Yeah.
So 8 months later you win 21. I mean, are you still, I know you went to the Olympics, we talked about that, but what do you see yourself? I mean,
so I'm not an accolades-based guy at all.
How old are you now?
I'm 26, about to turn 27.
Oh, we got lots of life here.
Yeah.
So what do you see? What are you creating?
What am I creating? In the ski world, I'm still competing and filming backcountry parts. So that's kind of been my main focus in the winter. And then in the summer, I just like to go do as many activities as possible.
Heard some about mountain biking.
Mountain biking, dirt bikes, surfing, like go on surf trips around the world, which is super fun. And I'm very lucky to have learned that skill in the last like 6 years. And yeah, man, I don't know, just enjoy life.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I already kind of died. So I'm just like living my bonus years and just like, just the luckiest guy
everything
in the world,
from then on is a bonus,
sure.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what drives you, would you say? Because you're describing something that I feel like, boy, I'm not even going to mention names, but there's people that I've come across many times, and I think I've been there too in my life, where there's just this state of, oh boy, and I'm going to call it, they've kind of given up, right? Yeah. For whatever reasons, life has bonked them over the head a number of times. They've lost, especially, and I think young women do this too. But there's this thing going on with young men in our culture. Somewhat,
our culture's
where men have lost that confidence in themselves.
Yeah,
and I've experienced that with people my age. I've experienced it with people with your age, and so that fire that you described so well, because there's a fire that burns, that creates, and I'm just wondering, what fires you up? What gets you going? Where's that? Because you're just out there doing it.
Yeah,
right.
And that's it.
I'm sure you have your moments.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I get bummed out about stuff, and nothing will ever compare to how I felt.
So what's it? You said that's it.
Getting out there and just doing it, just living it. I just want to go out and do stuff every day, all day, and that's when I'm the happiest.
Just take action.
Just take action. Just go outside, enjoy the day, learn a new skill. I'm addicted to that part of your brain where it's you're learning something new. And I've heard there's a study recently where there's that part of your brain. Every time you learn something new, it grows and expands. It's infinite to how much it can grow. And I'm so interested in that because I didn't realize that that's what I've been chasing my whole life. And that's why I like learning all these different sports and stuff. And
so literally, you take action, which implies you take movement, you move.
So yeah, it all roots back to skiing. And I'm just spent my entire life just trying to learn new tricks and just be a better skier. And, I've always been trying to beat myself essentially. And then if I stay in that same mindset all summer, just still trying to get after it, trying to push a little harder.
So you said something too, and I think this is super important, that you've stepped away from the accolades.
Yeah.
Of it all, meaning it's not about anything other than creativity
and doing the best I know I can do. And the only things that get in the way of that are having the wrong mindset and, kind of having these.
When you fall into that trap of the wrong, you called the wrong, or that's of I'm back in that paradigm where one thing you said you do is take action.
Yeah.
You go outside.
Yeah.
Well, that came up a couple of weeks ago, huh? It's just go outside. If you get out of the house.
Yeah.
And if you're, but what else are some of the things you do? Obviously, you hit you
music's
love nature,
huge for me.
Music's
hits my soul, if you will, and just gets me out of.
I get it.
Gets me out of anything.
But what is music?
Music's a frequency, man. Music's
Have you ever listened to music at 528?
Yeah, for sure.
Wouldn't it be cool?
It's just like a humming sound, but I've listened to that before.
Well, you can take music and pitch it at 528. Now that I've done that, I've listened to music at 528, and it's a whole different. You can take any song and put it at 528.
Okay, I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah,
I thought I could just there's a YouTube 528.
There's that too. But pitch the music at 528, and it changes. Even the language is different, and the feeling is different.
I have certain songs that definitely give me goosebumps, and I feel like that's got to be the same frequency.
Speaking to you.
So then those are the kind of ones I like. I get in our sport we can compete with music in, so I'm super about that. I'm both ears, just bumping, not thinking about anything, just trusting.
I see you guys doing that. I'm just sort of I've skied. I grew up skiing Mount Bachelor.
Yeah.
And so, when I was 6 or whatever, but I never did what you did. But I just, skied.
Bachelor is fun.
Yeah, I just ski old man right now. But I love it. But I see what you guys do, and I'm a biomechanics guy. I like the biomechanics of gymnastics, of freestyle ski, of snowboard, if people actually got the intricacies of the nervous system in flow with that's an art form. That's what I'm talking about.
For sure.
You speak of music and you speak of these things. I'm just watch someone, do a big air competition or drop into a half pipe or like what?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at,
Definitely.
look what their body is doing in space with proprioception, the vestibular apparatus, the nervous system, and the flow. It's like, that's what we're getting gold and silver medals about. It's not about the accolade. It's about the beauty of and the expression of Colby Stevenson, right?
For sure. You're hitting it on the head. I mean, I think every athlete's different, but I mean, for me, it's like, because of what I've been through and stuff. And like the other way wasn't working. Like I was trying to do like the freaking accolade, like got to win, make money, like bam, bam, bam. And like, that's just not me, man. I got to just like step away. And like, the moment I make it about winning, I just like can't flow.
You can't flow. And it's funny how the 528 frequency, when you're not in the flow, goes away. It's self-judgment. It's fear. It's all like pleasing everyone else.
Yeah.
Let's get into flow of it, right?
Yeah. I mean, we're always going to be our biggest critic, because that's just how we, we're the only one that truly knows ourselves.
Right.
And it's just important not to be that hard on yourself, man. Like you got to just.
So young people that are kind of in the doldrums, that have lost some of their fire.
Yeah.
Music. Take action. What else would you say? Buy a cat? What else would you say?
Go adopt a cat.
Go adopt a cat.
Find the most raggedy one that looks like gnarly. And, Friendships,
relationships.
Yeah. And that, that could be family, friends, whatever you have. Like just bond with someone and cherish that, because to have someone to be able to call when you're just like tripping or like having a tough day or like anything, like that is so important.
I love that.
That is so important. You got to have someone to just freaking be able to be like, dude, like this is happening, or like
I'm saying, like it is so important that when people, because there's a lot of stuff
you need to communicate stuff, because as soon as that one thought in your head is gonna freaking grow and turn into this monster. But if you just speak about it, and get it out and talk to someone, you're going to be able to just nip it before it turns into the freaking monster. So
I love that. Always have someone in your life to speak to.
Yeah.
That no matter who, just, speak to a lot of people, but that one person.
I think the root of a lot of mental illness and stuff all comes from like not expressing things and keeping it all internal, because like our minds are so complicated and we can think so fast. Like that voice in your head just like, it's important to know that that's just a voice in your head. And like,
I think of how humanity, we used to sit around fires in the evenings and people just talk and get it out, whatever it was. It's like if humanity could, let's go back around the fire and proverbially, or a real fire, and just speak to one another.
Yeah.
To communicate. It's like, we had this on a couple weeks ago where it's, what I call the first world surrender. Don't surrender to the first world, but surrender it. Let that go, because it's all a facade.
Yeah.
And sit around a fire and communicate. Like, get it out. And so that's what I love. And I feel like, you have a platform to literally change people's perspective and to be a friend and to speak that language of find those solid relationships, those compassionate relationships where you can just speak, and no one's in judgment of it.
Yeah.
And I you're 26. Perfect.
Perfect
age to change the world.
Yes. I know. I've been wanting to do more like public speaking stuff and like kind of turn my Instagram into something more of informational thing. Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely, I want to. It's been hard to like just live this way in the moment and like just freaking shred all the time and like focus on and also do that. So it's like,
you talked about being a surfer, right? It's literally riding the waves of all. And
it's also hard for me to like make some big decisions like that on like, I feel like I want to do that, but like, how do I start? And that's kind of like,
that's a great question, but I feel like you actually answered the question. you take action. I mean, I cannot tell you how many times I said, I'd love to do a podcast. I don't know how to do a podcast.
It's always just the first
it's like
part.
Then we discovered how much fun we have on the podcast.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll just do that every week. And I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It's not about anything other than now I made a friend.
Mm-hmm.
We're friends.
Growing.
Yeah.
Learning.
You and I are friends now.
Yeah.
So, but it's like, I love what you've done. And, I feel like as you continue, you just take action and own your voice and share what's inside your heart, and 528 comes out everywhere, So anyway, my friend, I appreciate you coming on the Two Thumbs Up podcast. Super pleasure. And if I can, we can serve in any way moving forward. We're super passionate about assisting people with concussion and mild to moderate brain injury. Yours is a super unique situation, and we'd love to. Maybe there's something we can do together down the road. Who knows?
That'd be
in
sweet.
The brain injury space,
for sure.
Or I don't know. Idea again, no agenda other than just speaking a message.
Right.
So I appreciate you. Yeah, super grateful.
That's the crazy. Yeah, with the whole brain injury world, like I never went back after I got released after the hospital. Like they never did more tests or anything.
Yeah.
Like it was just like, all right. And I'm just like, this is how I feel, and that's how I'm running with it.
I love it. And you honestly,
that's how it is with the brain. It's like, it's always going to be up to the person in there. Like no one can diagnose what's actually happening inside.
And and everyone is different.
Yeah,
like we say this with our doctors. We talk about it. It's like when you've seen one brain injury, you've seen one brain injury.
Yeah.
Because there's people that could have gone through a similar thing that had a completely different result. Mm-hmm. And so there's this world of.
I know I just feel bad for people that are having brain injury issues or maybe recurring ones, and they're kind of like up against the wall because they don't know. They're like looking at what happened to these people and these people, and the doctors are telling them one thing, and then they're like, I don't know. But it's just important to trust in yourself and
listen.
That's it.
In tune with me, I see intuition.
Yeah.
Listen to it because
that's all you have.
The only answers I have is my answers.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that. Like that's the truth. It's like every healing is different, every injury is different, every result's different, and so it's just time to have more awareness about these types of things and inspire others to go for it, take action. So.
And it's also like with the power of the brain, like for healing. So you have an injury or something. Like I always try to imagine like I have little minions in there. And like we need more water over there. Like
this is so cool. And what's been the result?
I've healed like amazing from a lot of injuries.
So you're telling me,
the power of the mind. Just
you have the power within you to heal your body.
Yeah.
So tell it. Yeah.
And if you think you're not going to heal, you're not going to heal because your brain controls the rest of it.
So in the moment you step into the little minions that you go tell what to do, you stepped into creation. And stepped out of victimhood.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what to do. There's nothing I can do. Well, how about just speak to plants listen, cats listen.
Yeah, I mean, every cell in your body communicates with one another. So
I don't know if you saw that on the wall in here, but on all of our clinics, we have this, I'll read it to everybody, but it's in the moment you change your perception, in the moment you change your perception is the moment you rewrite the chemistry of your body. We have that on our walls in our clinic. So that's
it.
Yeah, Dr. Lipton.
That's it.
So. But good on you, man.
Anyway,
I look forward to seeing where you're going. Winter's coming.
Oh man, yeah.
Excited?
A lot coming up. Yeah, I'm excited for sure.
Yeah.
The summers always go by so fast. Yeah. And then the winter is just full on. It's amazing.
Again,
trying to keep my body in one piece is always the goal.
Well, stay healthy. Keep those minions rolling.
Yep.
But again, thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
Look forward to see where you go and
stay in touch. That was great.
Thank you.
Yeah, cheers.
Love you. 2 thumbs up. Talk to you soon. Thanks for listening to 2 Thumbs Up podcast. We'll see you guys later. Thanks, Colby.